Now remember, this is a bunch of this fancy science stuff, and what we need to do is really look at the table in order to answer our question. Okay, the question reads, which of the following conclusions is consistent with table 1? So table 1, which of these two things do I need to look at if the question is asking about table 1, Darren? Which are the two things? Check for the labels. So the first question, I want to make sure that you guys know where to look for the answer. So the very first question says, which of the following conclusions is consistent with table 1? So which diagram should you be looking at when you're looking for table 1? Which one? Just say, tell me, is it the one on the right or is it the one on the left? It's the one on the left. So it's this one. It's table 1.
Yeah,
so that's the first thing. Yeah, I understand. So that's the first thing that you want to look for when you're answering the question. After that, I want you to read through the choices and circle either true or false. Good morning. Okay, so the first one says, as the time of year increased, the biomass of flounders decreased for both ecosystems. So the time elapsed. So as the time of year increased, did our biomass decrease for both ecosystems? Did this consistently decrease? Did this consistently decrease? Is that true or false?
False.
It's false. So I want you guys to circle the little F for that choice. Now we know that is not the one we're going to choose. Question? What? See the little T/F on the at the end of the thing that I put in there for you?
Yeah.
Thank you, Elton. Okay. The second one says, as the time of year increased, the biomass of the flounders increased for ecosystem 1. So ecosystem 1 is this column. Did it increase in that column right there? Did that increase? Did we? No, we didn't. So that is false. You circle the false. The third choice says, biomass for both ecosystem is highest in the winter months. Is highest in the winter months. Have they told us anything about winter months, Miles? No, they haven't told us anything about winter months. We don't know anything about the winter months. So we would circle again, false. Now the last one. As the time of year increased, no consistent pattern was followed. Is that true or false, Janae?
True.
That's true. So which one has to be our correct answer? D. So you see, even if you didn't know anything about flounders, you didn't know anything about the fish, maybe you didn't even know that a flounder was a fish, you could still follow that same pattern of how we've answered questions, and you could still get this question right on your interim. Are there questions about how to approach this one? Let's do the second one. Okay. So I volunteer to read out the second question. Okay. So let's look at figure 1. I'm going to turn down the light so that we can see figure 1 a little bit better. Okay. So I don't have a slide where we can see, oh, we can kind of see figure 1. Okay. So let's look at question 2. The biomass of flounders never increased beyond 30 kilograms per 1,000 meters squares of water. So I like to look at my choices and see what they're asking. Then go back to the table and try to figure out how to read that table. So looking at this, we have biomass of flounders, the kilograms per 1,000 meters squared of water. On the bottom, we have the time of year. So we see we have a bunch of different A, B, C, D, E. We have a bunch of different categories here. So looking at this, the biomass of flounders never increased beyond 30 kilograms per 1,000 meters. Here's our 30 kilograms. Did it ever increase beyond there? No. So is that true or false?
It's true.
It's true, because it never increased beyond that point. There is no point where this is going above that line of 30 kilograms. So let's just check our other answers and make sure that they're all false. The biomass of flounders never decreased below 15. Did it decrease below 15? Yes, it did, so that is false. The next one, the biomass of flounders is consistently around 20. False. And there is no consistent pattern represented by the mass of flounders. False. I would say that some of them do have consistent patterns. So then which would be our correct choice, Darren? A. So see, we could answer both questions by just knowing how to read the tables. Let's do the last question. A volunteer to read that one? Thank you, Darren.
Based on figure 1, what is the following hypothesis resonates biomass of flounders at a last time?
Okay. Choice A. Can you please read that out for me, Corey?
Flounders typically die during the winter season and use the spring season to move the group.
Have they told us anything about winter and spring seasons? No. So which is that, true or false? False. The second choice, choice B, can you please read that out for me, Elton?
Second,
Yeah, choice B.
throughout the peak and winter season.
Did it tell us anything about the winter season? Choice C, Miles, please read that out.
Flowers reproduce only during the winter season.
Did it tell us anything about that?
No.
Okay, and choice D, all ecosystems tested provide similar amounts of stability for flounder population. So are all the ecosystems based on figure 1? We're looking at this one. Oh, you know what? I think I made a mistake here because they do tell us about the months, and I thought that we were looking at the table. So I apologize, that was my mistake. I was looking at the table, and I would have got this question wrong. We are looking at figure 1. Figure 1 is this one. So we do have summer and winter months when we look at this figure. So I apologize, let's re-answer that one going over this table. So, based on figure 1, which of the following hypothesis best relates biomass of flounders to and the elapsed time? So looking at this area is generally the lowest, and this area is generally the highest. This is the winter months. Okay. So flounders typically die during the winter season. Do they typically die during the winter season? False. The second one. Flounders are at their peak during the winter season. That, I would say, would be pretty true, except for this one flounder. So let's look at all of our choices and make sure that we pick the best one. So this one, I would say, would be pretty true. C, flounders reproduce only during the winter season. They don't tell us anything about that. And the last one, all ecosystems tested provide similar amount of stability for the flounders population. All the ecosystems tested are not similar because this one is way out there. So I would say our best choice for this one would be choice B. I apologize for doing that one incorrect first. So let's try another one together before I turn you guys into a group to do this. So this next one, we have 2 experiments. So I have a volunteer to read out experiment number 2. Danielle. Or read experiment 1, I'm sorry, my page just doesn't